Motorcycles. There are all kinds of motorcycle designs in the world. Mass-produced factory equipment can at least be classified by purpose and design. However, homemade machines make things much more complicated. What do you think is a reasonable cylinder limit for a motorcycle engine? 4, like most sport bikes, or 6, like the BMW Grand Touring Luxury and Honda Goldwing? Some custom bike builders would disagree with you. In their view, the more cylinders, the cooler it is. In this segment, I'll tell you about Chuck Beck's motorcycle, which has a Lamborghini V12 engine mounted in its frame. You're watching Crossmoto. Enjoy the show. Subtitles created by Dina Torzak. To be continued. Chuck Beck is quite a well-known figure in the custom car scene in the United States. He has brought to life a lot of dragster and race car projects. Chuck Beck started building cars back in 1955, and as of 2024, this cheerful old man is already 87 years old. He is known among car enthusiasts for his 550 Spider, a replica of the iconic Porsche 550 Spider from the 1950s. During his career, Chuck and his like-minded friends managed to build 2,500 of these remarkable machines. In 1990, Beck, together with Nick Titus, developed the Seogun concept car. The car cost about as much as a Porsche 911, but according to Jay Leno, one of the owners of the Seogun, it was faster. A Yamaha-made 220 horsepower V6 engine was installed in the car. Only 7 Seoguns were produced. In 1998, Chuck built a Beck 904 coupe prototype, inspired by the 1963 Porsche Carrera Gran Turismo Sport. After selling his company, Chuck continues to spend most of his time in the workshop, building cars and, more recently, motorcycles. And one of his most remarkable creations was a two-wheeled machine with a V12 engine from Lamborghini. The story of this custom bike began when one of Chuck's acquaintances gave him an engine from a Lamborghini Espada in the 2000s. Before that, the car had been in an accident and was beyond repair, but the engine survived. The Espada's V12 has these specifications. This is a V-shaped 12-cylinder power unit with a cylinder bank angle of 60 degrees. The displacement is 4 liters, to be exact, 3,929 cc. The power output is 325 horsepower. In later versions of the Espada, this figure increased to 350. At one point, Beck decided that it was a waste for this 12-cylinder beauty to just sit on the shelf in his workshop gathering dust, and he started building. Around the Lamborghini 512 engine, he built a motorcycle and paired it with a 3-speed gearbox from Volkswagen. He slightly detuned the engine to 300 horsepower, HP. Around all this, Chuck built a frame out of steel tubes. The radiators of the cooling system were placed at the rear of the motorcycle. Since the engine is long, Chuck had to rethink the steering. Beck steers his motorcycle with handlebars attached to the front wheel fork. This allowed them to keep the classic riding position on this custom bike. The motorcycle weighs 409 kilograms and accelerates up to 225 kilometers per hour. Though bulky, Chuck's machine handles perfectly. As Beck himself claims, all you need to do is start and accelerate to 15 kilometers per hour. After that, this 400-kilogram monster steers just as easily as a regular motorcycle, which is often twice as light. The homemade vehicle was first presented to the general public at a meeting of garage craftsmen and collectors of caffeine and octane in the town of Alpha Red, Georgia, in 2014. Someone, in the eyes of the public, showed up at this event on a motorcycle with a V12 engine that someone was Chuck Beck, and he definitely made a splash. I like how in these shots the camera turns to capture where the engine noise is coming from. To be continued, to be continued, to be continued. At the time of the first showings in 2014, the motorcycle was only mechanically ready and looked quite rough and intimidating. However, Chuck also added design elements to his creation. The bright red plastic bodywork appeared on the motorcycle at the beginning of 2015. In this form, it looks excellent, and the Lamborghini logo near the dashboard pays tribute to the Italian manufacturer of sports cars and beautiful V12 engines back in 2010. Over the years, Chuck Beck often rode this motorcycle and appeared at various custom gatherings. There is no shortage of people wanting to buy this exclusive bike, but Chuck is determined to keep the motorcycle in his collection. Chuck Beck has a signature phrase, you could say a motto: find something you love to do, learn how to do it, and someone will pay you for it. Subtitles. This quote perfectly describes the personality of Chuck Takov. This is about a homemade motorcycle powered by a Lamborghini V12 engine. This brings my story to an end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also stay active by sharing and commenting. Special thanks as well to everyone who supports my channel Monetoy using the details pinned in the description. This was the Cross Moda channel. See you next time.